Every block I walk already feels like home. Streetlights bow when my shadow comes through. Conversations break in the middle on cue. No need to rush, I arrive on time. Whole room shifts just to fit my line. You brought noise, but I brought fate. One calm stare and your heart hits weight. I don't flinch, I don't fold, I don't chase. I let the world rearrange in place. There's an empire in my footsteps when I move. Every echo in the hallway picks my groove. I don't scream, I don't need to prove. The ground obeys with every step I choose. Your gold watch shakes when you check the hour. Mine sits still 'cause I own the power. You bring charts, you bring big talk. I bring that silence that makes minds walk. One raised brow and the deal turns real. Your best argument forgets how to feel. You call it luck when your plans align. I call it discipline, edge and spine. Let them brag, let them dance, let them spin. I write the rules that performing in. There's an empire in my footsteps when I move. Every echo in the hallway picks my groove. I don't scream, I don't need to prove. The ground obeys with every step I choose. You want the throne, but you chase the light. I want the blueprint hidden from sight. You count followers, I count keys. You chase applause up in the breeze. No fireworks when I call your name. Just a quiet shift in the whole board game. Morning hits glass on the tower line. Same old skyline, but the strings are mine. You'll sign papers you don't understand, then wonder why the ground feels like my hand. You can run hot while I stay cool. You burn out fast, I redraw the rules. When the night comes back for another round, my slow walk still owns this ground. One last step at the edge of doubt. You feel the floor tilt and level out. There's an empire in my footsteps. Stay in tune. Every move I make rearranges the room. I don't scream, I don't need to prove. The world leans in with every step I choose. Chandeliers shake over velvet seats. Gangsters laughing with the crooked elite. Red wine lips and a razor smile. Every handshake hiding a trial. I walk in slow through the cigarette haze. The whole room shifts under my gaze. Band keeps playing but the talk runs thin. Everybody measuring the suit I'm in. I don't flash steel, I don't shout loud. I tilt my chin, that's enough for the crowd. Velvet Noose, ballroom, silk and doom. One wrong word and we clear the room. I don't raise a hand, don't stain my cuff. Just say enough, and that's enough. the table, chips piled high, but the real bet sits behind my eye. You play bold, but your nerves show white. Ice in your glass, sweat on your spike. Dealer deals, but I hold the deck. One quiet nod, kiss your luck's neck. Champagne bubbles, nerves constrict. Every laugh sounds thin and strict. Velvet noose, ballroom, silk and doom. One wrong word and we clear the room. I don't raise a hand, don't stain my cup. Just say enough, and that's enough. Curtains drawn, door swing shut. You feel the blade without the cut. No one screams and no one flees, just quiet deals brought to their knees. Clock hits midnight, lights go low. Band plays softer, voices slow. You sign the line with a trembling pen, knowing you won't cross me again. I stand up smooth, adjust my tie. Gentlemen, that's all goodbye. When the smoke clears and the crowd thins out, my shadow's all they talk about. Final chord from the weary band. Whole night hangs on the wave of my hand. Velvet noose, ballroom, hush and glare. You keep your life if you keep my stare. I don't raise a hand, don't stain my cup. One quiet word, and that's enough.
Set for midnight sharp, parking lot dark like a shark's heart. You brought excuses, I brought the bag, but your mouth is running like a captured flag. I ain't here to debate the percent, I ain't here to ask where the money went. I keep my hands in my long coat deep, waking up the monster that never sleeps. Talk is cheap when the wind blows cold, but steel speaks a language that never gets old. Sawed off persuasion, short and loud, clears the room and it thins the crowd. Barrel short and message long, singing the final verse of your song. I don't need a lawyer, I don't need a plea. Sawed off persuasion agrees with me. Chops hard like a butcher's block, drums tick-tock like a time bomb clock. Sweat on your lips as you understand the heavy weight in my right hand. Double barrel logic, simple and crude. Changes the temperature, changes the mood. You sign the paper or you pay the tax, or you lie down quiet where the pavement cracks. Arguments end when the hammer clicks, running out of time and running out of tricks. Sawed up persuasion, short and loud, clears the room and it thins the crowd. Barrel short and message long, singing the final verse of your song. I don't need a lawyer, I don't need a plea. Sawed up persuasion agrees with me. Music stops abruptly. Heavy breathing heard, the sound of a shell dropping on concrete. Guitar slides back in with a menacing low growl, gravelly whisper. Dessa, now. They say violence is a failure of wit, but I say it fits where the words don't fit. A gentle nudge with a 12-gauge bore opens up the hardest Loctite door. Engine idles while you make your choice. I see the tremble in your shaking voice. Bag gets handed, deal gets done. Respect is earned by the hidden gun. I back away slow into the night, leaving you shaking in the taillight white. Lesson learned in the cold damp air. Next time you'll have my money there. Silence returns to the empty lot. The argument settled by what I brought. Sword of persuasion, short and loud. King of the humble and king of the proud. Barrel short and message true. Doing the talking for me and you. I don't need a judge, I don't need a decree. Sword of persuasion sets me free.
Days walking when the water's side. Sun cooks the soul, blisters the mind. Cactus marking with its spiked up light. Promising wet where the vultures fly. Boots grind bone dust and open sores. Memories drying like yesterday's chores. No salvation in this furnace glare. Bone dry absolution, stripped and bare. Every swallow's a ghost in the throat, chasing shadows that the heat once rode. Oh, bone dry absolution, no tears to cry. Purged by fire under merciless sky. No holy water, no rain from above. Just the desert preaching purifying love. Skin strings tied on a skeleton frame. Bone dry absolution, know my name. Slide scrapes truth where the lizards crawl. Sculpt mark distance to nowhere at all. Flash of the Wi-Fi left in the dust. Lovers' laughter turning into rust. Sins evaporating heck in 20 heat. Devil's own dehydrator brutally sweet. Hallucinations whisper turn back now, but bone dry absolution won't allow. Thirst carves deeper than any blade's kiss, burning away what forgiveness missed. Oh, bone dry absolution, no tears to cry. Purged by fire under merciless sky. No holy water, no rain from above. Just the desert preaching purifying love. Skin shrinks tight on a skeleton frame. Bone dry absolution, know my name. They say confession cleanses the past, but this furnace baptism holds me fast. No priest required, no altar stone, just sun and sand and walking alone when the flesh
falls away and the spirit's free. That's the absolution, they won't let me be. Mirage oasis shimmers then fades. Skeleton shadow marks the price I paid. Vultures circle like a patient jury, judging the man that the desert made puree. Final step falls where the buzzards wait. Bone dry absolution seals my fate. No grave needed, no marker stone, just dust returning to dust alone. Last breath cracks like the parched up ground. Absolution found where no one's found. Oh, bone dry absolution, eternal and true. Purged by fire till the spirit breaks through. No holy water, no tears to spend. Desert's the savior, desert's the friend. The flesh falls away but the soul stays strong. Bone dry absolution, where I belong.
Hands no secrets that tongues won't tell. Opening doors to heaven and hell. Master keys hanging on a rusted chain. Every lock a different kind of pain. Husband safe with the mistress ring. Widow's vault holds a darker thing. Sworn to silence by the locksmith code. Carrying burdens down this road. Metal speaks what the mouth won't say, turning tumblers night and day. Locksmith's confession never told, secrets buried in brass and gold. Every lock I've ever turned shows me lessons I've never learned. Banker's daughter locked her bedroom tight. I opened it and saw the fight. Preacher's office, hidden drawer below. Things a congregation shouldn't know. Police chief called me late one night. Asked me questions that didn't sit right. But I just nod and do the job. Locksmith's confession stays with God. Every click reveals the truth about the wicked and the youth. Locksmith's confession never told, secrets buried in brass and gold. Every lock I've ever turned shows me lessons I've never learned. Fingerpick guitar accelerates into intricate patterns. Clicking percussion intensifies like rapid loud picking. Bass chambers echo deeply,
Handling music locks becomes sleek at the scored in the ear.
If I wrote down everything I've seen behind the locked doors in between, would they burn me at the town square stake, or just ask me for another break? Old age creeps and my hands shake more. Can't turn locks like I did before. Son asked why I never wrote it down, all the secrets of this town. Told him some things stay in the dark, better buried than to make a mark. When they find me cold and still, Locksmith's confession sealed until final lock I'll ever face opens up to silent space. Locksmith's confession taken deep, secrets that the earth will keep. When they bury me with my tools, know I kept the locksmith rules. Midnight forge where the broken go, hammer falls but the pain stays slow. Still hot cold in the dying fire, forge blues climbing higher. Eyes like ash from the spent-out flame, every strike whispers my name. Shadows dance on the sooty wall, midnight forge heard the call. Sparks die quick in the midnight rain, forge blues, endless pain. Midnight forge blues, deep and gray, hammered soul fades away. No redemption, no escape. Forge blues shape my fate. Slide guitar weeps for the iron lost. Hammer moans what the fire caused. Bellows sigh like a lover's breath. Midnight forge, cord and death. Rusted chains hang where hope once swung. Every dent a song unsung, quenched in tears, not in steel. Forged blues too real. Embers glow, but the heat is gone. Midnight forge, moving on. Midnight forge blues, deep and gray. Hammered soul fades away. No redemption, no escape. Forge blues shape my fate.
Slide guitar laments over slow brushes and mournful hip. Rain drips echo hollow on Andrew, a bright daysman's edge of the crack.
Hammer rests, but the scars remain. Midnight forge, sweet pain. Power lost in the cooling steel. Forge blues, wounds won't heal. Dawn creeps cold through the shattered pane. Midnight forge, blues remain. Every scar tells what the fire stole. Broken spirit, blackened soul. Standing still where the embers died. Forge blues, no place to hide. No release from the anvil song. Midnight forge, where I belong. Rain puts out what the hammer made. Forge blues, unafraid. Midnight forge blues, cold and true. Hammered heart sees it through. Soul in ashes, spirit bent. Forge blues, time well spent. Snow falls thick on the northern ridge. Tracks disappear in the frozen bridge. I hunt alone through the endless white. No fire tonight, no guiding light. Cold
don't kill what the hunger dries. Survival lives where the weak man dies. Eyes like coals in the midnight blast. Timberwolf endurance brings me back. Every shadow moves with a purpose cold. In the wild, only the relentless hold. Timberwolf endurance, lone and lean, running on well when the body screams. 84 beats through the killing frost, out lost in winter at any cost. Timberwolf endurance never yield. Pack or no pack, this hunger seal. Guitar truck steady like a stalking prowl. Drum stomp deep through the howling foul. Rifle empty, trap sprung in vain. I eat the leather from my own lean. Moonrise finds me with the iron stare. Ghost of the past that's no longer there. Circle of wolves watches from the trees, learning the lesson of eternity. Starvation whispers, exhaustion calls. Timberwolf answers when the silence falls. Timberwolf endurance, lone and lean, running on will when the body screams. 84 beats through the killing frost, outlasting winter at any cost. Timberwolf endurance never yield. Pack or no pack, this hunger seal. Men seek shelter, men seek the flame. I seek the edge where they whisper my name. The wild don't forgive, the wild don't forget. Survival demands what the civilized reject. Dawn bleeds red on the barren plain. Find my way back through the blinding pain. Leaner and harder, eyes burning bright. Timberwolf spirit claims the night. No songs of glory, no tale to tell. Just the knowledge that I cheated hell. Next freeze comes, I'll be first to roam. Timberwolf endurance, welcome home. Final howl rises to claim the sky. Endurance eternal, never say die. Timberwolf endurance, winning supreme. Master of winter's killing machine. 84 beats through the endless night, conquering darkness through the frozen night.
fresh overthrow.
Bottle sits heavy on the coffin lid. Have empty prayer for what he did. Preacher's words bounce off the wet pine box, while I pour amber where the flowers drop. He chased the devil down a one-way street, left his family drowning in whiskey. Mama's tears mixed with the morning dew. Whiskey wake prayer, nothing new. Every swallow was a step toward this hole. Now the bottle sings what his soul stole. Whiskey wake prayer, pour it slow over the grave of a man we don't know. Burned his bridges, broke his vow. Whiskey wake prayer, right here, right now. Glass to the ground, let the devil drink. Whiskey wake prayer on the river's brink. Slide guitar moans where the mourners stand. Shuffle drums mark the dead man's hand. Brothers in black suits, hats pulled low. All of us guilty in the undertow. He raised a toast to the ones he betrayed. Now we're toasting the price he paid. Dirt starts falling like a final curse. Whiskey wake prayer makes it worse. Bottle lighter, but the weight stays true. Pouring for the man the liquor knew. Whiskey wake prayer, pour it slow over the grave of a man we don't know. Burned his bridges, broke his vow. Whiskey wake prayer, right here, right now. Glass to the ground, let the devil drink. Whiskey wake prayer on the river's brink. We could have pulled him from the amber tide, but pride and poison burned us aside. Now the bottle's judge and the bottle's priest, pouring damnation at the funeral feast. Sun dips low through the graveyard oaks. Crowd thins out like funeral smoke. Last drop hits dirt where his shadow lies. Whiskey Wake Prayer under Delta skies. I walk away with the empty flask, half his demon still wearing my mask. Tomorrow I'll fight what it couldn't be. Whiskey Wake Prayer at my own feet. Final pour seals the bargain made in the liquor god's unholy shade. Whiskey Wake Prayer poured and done for every lost son and every prodigal one. Burned his bridges, broke his vow. Whiskey Wake Prayer right here, sunround. Glass to the ground, let the devil drink deep. Whiskey Wake Prayer, eternal spring.
A cough and a rattle. Lost another day in the dust battle. Canary quiet in the rusted cage, turning the page on a darkened age. Air is thick with the devil's powder. Silence growing loud and louder. Chest feels heavy like a sack of stone. Black lung lullaby chills the bone. Every breath a borrowed dime, running out of light and time. Black lung lullaby, soft and low, singing me where the shadows go. Close my eyes to the gritty pain, never see the sun again. Slide guitar cries for the open sky. Pepperine heaves a heavy sigh. Wife and kids on the surface wait, praying hard at the iron gate. Lamp is flickering
liquor and oil is low. Darkness creeping slow and slow. Promised wages paid in dirt, buying nothing but the hurt. Tunnel narrows, walls close in, paying for the company's sin. Black lung lullaby, soft and low, singing me where the shadows go. Close my eyes to the gritty pain, never see the sun again.
Slide guitar gasps for air between notes. Accordion swells and come-ups, it's like failing lungs. Stomp slows down, bass vibrates the chest cavity.
Lay me down in the sea, my mind. Leave the world and the light behind. Coal was king, but it took my crown. Now it sings as I go down. Dreaming deep of a field of green. Cleanest air that I've ever seen. But I wake up to the taste of ash, life reduced to a final dash. Sing it soft so I don't fear. The end is drawing very near. One last note in the damp and cold. Black lung story finally told. Silence falls on the working face, finishing the human race. Black lung lullaby, dark and deep, rocking my weary soul to sleep. When the silence takes the room, black lung flowers on my tomb.
Landlord's note on a crooked nail, red ink shouting like county jail. 3 days left and the heat is dead, paint peeling off the words I read. My hands smell like bleach and metal rails, night shift mop and busted pails. 78 beats, my heart keeps time in a room too small to call it mine. I don't beg loud, I just hold on. This is a cold rain prayer, whispered through cracked lips in winter air. No quiet here, no saving hand, just a tired man trying to stand. Cold rain prayer, I fold my pride where the change should be, and I ask the dark to let me be. I clean the floors where the rich folks dance. I watch their shoes like a second chance. They leave their laughter in cigarette ash. I take it home with the trash. Foreman says smile like I got a choice, but a hungry life steals the soft from your voice. My back talks first when I rise too fast, like every day got teeth that last. They don't go. I just hold on. This is a chorus prayer, whispered through cracked lips in winter air. No quiet here, no saving hand, just a tired man trying to stand. Chorus prayer, I'll fold my pride where the change should be. And I ask the dark to let me be. Says rest, but rest ain't free. Ain't no soft bed waiting for me. If love is real, it learns to live on less. It holds your hand through the emptiness. Mama's old ring in a pawn shop tray, I swear I'll buy it back someday. But someday don't pay no light bill, in the cold outside got a patient will. So I walk out slow with my shoulders set, like I ain't lost what I ain't lost yet. 78 beats, one stubborn breath, the working man arguing with death. This is a chorus prayer, not pretty enough for anybody's care. No choir here, no saving hand, just a tired man trying to stand. Chorus prayer, if tomorrow comes I'll meet it there. Same hard life, same hard stare. Foggy dock where the old ships rock, memories tangled in every knot. Rope burns hands that once held tight, foggy lament lost in night. Eyes like buoys bobbing in the swell, watching shadows where the good times fell. Lantern swings on a rusty chain, dockside blues, endless pain. Waves whisper names of the gone before, foggy dock wanting more. Foggy dock, lament, deep and gray, drifting slow where the dreams decay. No anchor holds, no disguise, foggy blues, tearful eyes. lap steel cries like a siren's call, curbing horns through the harbor wall. Fishing nets heavy with broken vows, foggy dark, empty night. Salt-stung cheeks where the tears run free, ghost boats sail in eternity. Bellboy tolls a hollow tune, dark lament under moon. Mist rolls in with a midnight tide, foggy dark, nowhere to hide. Foggy dark, lament, deep and gray, drifting slow where the dreams decay. No anchor rolls, no disguise, foggy blues, tearful eyes. When lap steel glides over dark creek rhythms and foghorn pulses, Lament Jennings coming full, the rains lap with increasing sorrow. Dawn fights through the morning haze, foggy dark in a purple blaze. Every splinter holds a tale of loss, dark side blues pay any cost. Standing still where the water meets shore, foggy lament forevermore. No escape from the siren's side, dark blues wave goodbye. Foghorn fades but the ache remains, foggy blue through the rain. Foggy dark lament, soft and true, harbor heart beating black and blue, soul adrift, heart on string, foggy blues, eternal thing. Foggy dark lament, soft and true, harbor heart beating black and blue, soul adrift, heart on string, foggy blues, eternal. Shared by the sea,
Chalice sits on the altar stone, empty now since he's gone. Holy water dried to dust and stain, communion wine down the drain. Her fingers trace the golden rim, remembering the taste of him. No more blessings, no more grace, widow's chalice, empty space. Echoes whisper where the wine once flowed, carrying prayers too heavy to hold. Widow's empty chalice, cold and bare, holding nothing but the midnight air. No redemption in the hollow bowl. Chalice claims her broken soul. Candle stubs line the windowsill, waxing tears that time can't kill. Pews are empty, shadows long, her silent hymn the only song. Every Sunday brings the same old rite, kneeling alone in fading light. Cup stays dry through the endless prayer, widow's chalice beyond repair. Ghost of wine in the bottom's curve, sacrament of the unloved. Widow's empty chalice, cold and bare, holding nothing but the midnight air. No redemption in the hollow bowl. Chalice claims her broken soul. Finger picking weaves a mournful tapestry. Heartbeat kick slows almost imperceptibly. Bevel echoes multiply into ghostly play. If she fills it with her final tears, will the sacrament conquer her fears? Or does the emptiness run too deep? Chalice keeping what she cannot keep. Storm wind rattles the chapel door, rain beats down on the chapel floor. She lifts the cup to her trembling lips, taste the absence, taste eclipse. Morning finds her still at prayer, chalice empty beyond despair. When they come to close the place, widow's chalice, saving grace. Final drop from the widow's eye, filling what will never die. Widow's empty chalice, eternal and true, vessel of grief forever new. No more wine, no more bread, chalice sings for the walking dead.